Okay guys, so I know there's probably a lot of you out there right now thinking, I've not got any home gym kit, what am I going to do? Like the gym's in lockdown, I can't get in to train. I'm going to go through with you today, really simple exercise to go through that just requires your body weight. Of course we can add in a small weight to do it, if you've got dumbbells, kettlebells, great, even works with a small person. So we're going to go through a Turkish Get Up, awesome exercise for mobility, proprioception, great one for getting you back in condition ready for the mats. So don't waste your time when we're in lockdown. Just because we can't train Jiu Jitsu doesn't mean that we can't do anything. So, like I said, we don't need any equipment for this. We start off super simple. You just start off with our own body weight. Good way and a good tool to learn the movement. We can use a shoe if you've got a shoe or a slide lying around. Really great bit of kit that we can go through, but there's a couple of things that we need to do first before we even start thinking about introducing a piece of equipment. So for people who don't know how to do a Turkish Get Up, or I've never even heard of a Turkish Get Up before, I'm just going to run through the whole movement now, and then we'll break down and discuss the important bits of it afterwards and have a look at how to progress and improve from a slide to a kettlebell, or like I said before, if you've got a small relative, maybe about 50 kilos, you can make that work. So a Turkish Get Up is a single-sided exercise. So the first thing that we need to do is decide which arm we're going to use first to do the movement. So we're going to do the right hand side, let's just say. That means I'm going to lie down on my back and my right hand is going to make a fist and point to the ceiling. Okay, so let's get into that position first. Now, when I've got my right leg, my right hand up, the first thing I need to do then is also bend my right knee and put my right foot flat on the floor, okay? So I've got right hand to the ceiling, right knee is bent and foot is flat on the floor. Now these two are going to stay out flat by the side, okay? So I'll make a nice big base for myself on both sides with this one. Now, I'm going to keep this fist pointed to the ceiling all the way through the movement. This is important. This is the main thing that makes a Turkish Get Up important as a mobility exercise and makes it really key for improving your proprioception and your balance. So this stays up all the time. Make a fist and point it to the ceiling. The first thing that I need to do is put a lot of pressure into the floor. And I'm going to drive my hips up and I'm going to come up onto my elbow to begin with. So this is staying up. I'm driving over, and this is the first position that I need to get to, okay? So once I get here, I can start thinking about basing up onto my hand and beginning to stand up. There, we're going to tricep press out, okay? Notice I've still got my foot flat on the floor, and this leg is completely out straight by the side. This leaves me all the room that I need to lift my hips up. And now you can see I've got a nice big space underneath myself. There's a nice big triangular space. So you're going to get those hips up as high as you can, because this knee now, the one on the leg that's straight, I'm going to try and put it as close to my hand as possible. It's going to slide underneath, okay? We're not just going to drag it across this way because that's poor mobility through the hips. We're going to bring it under, and I'm going to try and place that knee as close to the hand that is on the floor as possible, because this hand's now going to come off the floor, okay? We're going to remove that one up there and adjust our position so we're a little bit more upright. Notice that hand's still pointing to the ceiling. Again, if we've got a weight in the hand, we don't want it drifting around, it's going to cause you a lot of problems in your shoulder. Now, I can't stand up from here. I need to make an adjustment on this lead leg, okay? So I'm going to bring it underneath and try and get it in a bit more of a lunge-like position. So you can see now I've got a 90-degree bend on both legs, and that's going to allow me really easy to stand up and complete the movement on the upward phase, okay? Super simple. All we've got to do now is the same movement on the way back down, but I'm going to imagine I've got a weight in this hand, and I'm going to keep it pointed towards the ceiling. Reverse order of everything that we've just done. So this knee is going to go down first. Straight back where it was when I was coming up. Now I can put the hand right by the side of the knee. And again, this is pointing towards the ceiling. Put your weight into your hand so you can kick that leg back through to its start position. You can sit back down. You're going to drop to the elbow and then lay back flat. And there you go. You've got your movement completed. Okay, so pro tip, once you think you've got it nailed down with just the movement and it's just your body weight, we're going to use a slide or a shoe, okay? The difference is we're not going to make a fist this time, we're going to use an open hand like we're a waiter carrying a tray. I don't think I've ever seen a waiter carry a tray like this, to be honest, but it's a perfect way of getting the exercise right before we move on to a heavier weight. So, when I've got the slide in my hand, if my hand's constantly facing and pointing towards the ceiling, and I keep it that way all the way through, the slide's not going to fall off, or the shoe's not going to fall off. If this arm deviates off that path, it's going to slide down to the floor. So it's a perfect educational tool to get you to know whether you do it right or not, because this honestly is the biggest mistake that most people make. When they're coming up through the movement, they'll start moving this hand around, and you'll see straight away what happens. I come up to here, And as soon as I start tipping forward, there we go, the weight's gone forward now. If that was a kettlebell or a dumbbell, chances are you probably injured yourself. And that's the last thing that we want to do, particularly if it's going to slide back, it's going to hit you in the face. Okay, we don't want that. So let's make sure that this stays pointed towards the ceiling all the way through. Now I'm going to do a clean rep with the slide, and let's have a look what it looks like once it's done well. So same things as before, basing into the leg and coming up onto that elbow, pressing up onto the hand, making a space that it needs to come through and go by the side of my hand. I'm going to make an adjustment, so I'm in a lunge position, then we stand up, now we're coming back down, this knee's coming down, hands out by the side, lifting the space for the leg to come through, and then we're all the way back down. You'll see the slide's still in my hand. I wasn't grabbing it or holding it, just means that the arm was up and vertical all the way through. Let's have a look at a final rep, holding a kettlebell, now that we've got the technique with the slide. So now for the final part, final piece of the puzzle, we've done it right with our body weight, we've done it right with the slide, we've not dropped anything on the floor so far, so it's time to progress it to a weight. I've got a kettlebell with me today, so that's what I'm going to be doing it with. So again, I'm just going to go through the whole movement once, you can see how it looks with that additional weight in the hand. But if we've got everything right, if we've checked all the boxes, we should be fine on this one. So start off light, maybe with a 5 kilo dumbbell or lighter, if that's what you've got, before progressing it onto something heavy. But it's a great exercise. We've got a lot of scope from building it up from not a lot of weight at all the way up to whatever you feel comfortable with. So same rules as before. I've got the weight in my hand now, but I'm going to go back to making a fist because I need to keep a tight grip of this kettlebell. And I'm just going to go through the whole rep. I don't need to talk through it again. So bridging up, we're lifting the hips up, knees back. I'll make my adjustment, and then the same on the way back down. Just making sure that I'm nice and controlled all the way through. And again, a full safe rep with the kettlebell back in top. And then once you're done, we're just going to base that in on the floor. So there we go guys, we've got the Turkish Get Up. Go out there, give it a go, start off with just the body weight, progress to the slide, and then when you've got some weights, we can progress with some weights once you've got the technique down fine. Leave me some comments, let me know if you want to see any other exercises to build on while we're in lockdown. Otherwise, stay safe and have fun.